Holy shit. Almost 2,000 subscribers. Let me tell you this, when I was getting onto my YouTube account, setting everything up, I mostly expected that I was, how might I say this? Not exactly going to get anywhere with this. No, I wouldn't even think of getting even one subscriber, because on my gameplay, let's say of Bioshock 1, when I recorded it with all my care and love, then I uploaded it with all my care and love. But sadly, when I went to take a look back there at that time, what do I get? Just nothing. It was just pure empty. The videos, no views, nothing. Just nothing at all. And I was like, yeah, I'm making videos for no one. I think I am going insane. But hey, at least everyone's got a bit of insane, right? Not that actually, and again, having being insane is an advantage if you think about it. But as I was saying, speaking of YouTube stuff, when I mostly came here to my YouTube account to create it, I was expecting to what type of how might I say how can I say shit, I forgot the name. Crowd? No, not crowd. Audience. Yes, audience. Sorry. I was expecting to have an audience, not just any type of person, because as I was seeing that not just any type of person that I've seen around, they're just not worth it, because people, they are very problematic nowadays, and and it feels like this. They lack shame, they lack dignity, they lack of honor. I mean, that's a lot of people that I've been seeing lately. And as a wise man once said, they have the mental capacity of a Tic Tac, which could not be even said in any other better words than that. And speaking of that, man, hearing that was painted a smile on my face, to see some that realizing that not everyone is actually worth having around, because they're just going to bring you down. Just as some artists, right? Yeah. But hey, what can we do, right? If we don't like something, we got YouTube, we got our in-game recorders, we got our games, you got your instruments, you got your pet, you got your camera, you got your microphone, you got your computer, you got your Xbox, you got your recording card and whatever, your recording device. And it's everything there that you can do to work on. I mean, if you don't like what a person is doing, you can even judge their work. That I can tell you. You can judge, but you cannot go to extreme. What you can do is prove it that you can do a lot better than that person by your own work. But you don't have to do the smack talk and actually do that to them. No. Put it like this way. This person that has its own work that you don't like, you don't attack them. That's one golden rule of YouTube. You don't attack people directly. What you could do is just use that person as a reference for your anger, for your inner anger. And while you're using your anger, you can channel all that negative energy through your body, balancing out the positive to the negative, and then you get your instrument, and then you create an awesome song. You get your game, you get your recorder, you get the most funniest glitches. You get your camera, you record the most cutest and the most fluffiest moments with your pet. Hell, there's even a lot of things that you can do with all you do. It just, you got everything around you, or may not, but you just gotta see what you can do. If it's music, if it's gaming, if it's, taking care of your pet, or heck, anything. You just take your time just to reflect on what you actually need, and surround yourself in darkness for a bit, away from everything, and reflect for a moment to see in what you're good at, and see when you can use your free time for, how can I say, an inspiration. For anything you can do. Like, you can either record Five Nights at Freddy's, just an example, or Garry's Mod, or Half-Life 1 or 2. Hell, your YouTube, your call. Just don't screw up, okay? Because, as another wise man once said, or should I say, my good old papa said, and it's most likely very easy to do the bad, the worst, the foul, the bitter, and as it's really, really hard to do the good, the awesome, the amazing, the interesting, and everything. You can do it by your own self. I mean, you got your own tools and everything, and I know you can do it. Just as once Fox said from Little Fox just once said from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, believe in yourself, and you can do it. Hell, and again, you can, on your work there's just, oh yeah, speaking of your work, it's always a good idea to keep things judgeful. But what I mean is, you judge your work, you judge yourself by what others say. That you can like go on with some words from a mentally incapacitated 12-year-old who thinks that, ooh, this or that's just a pinnacle of this or that. No, you just gotta see what you can do and do it better. Because honestly, when someone says in your channel, oh, you suck this, oh, you suck that, it's either someone with, a really lack of IQ because their parents just smoked and drink while they were pregnant of them, or they just want some attention and they're being like, they see the most obnoxious way to get your attention so that they can actually get it from you, and so you pay attention to them. But listen, if that's the case, just ban them from your channel. I mean, why else would you, how can I say, why else would you have them around if they're just going to bring you down the entire time? No, you got the upper hand if it's on your channel, and you can boot him down, and send them back to the place where they're belonging, which is off your channel. Because, as I'll say this again, I'll say that again, not everyone is worth your time. Even though a lot of people might want popularity and this and that, but trust me, I've seen faces of popularity, and I hate to burst your bubble, but popularity isn't as good as it seems. Because, well, for a lot of reasons, causing a lot of trouble, a lot of it can bring you down a lot easily because people, the type of one that you actually thought that could be the good guys. For instance, let's take PewDiePie as an example. I mean, not to offend anyone, but some I know that a lot will agree on with me. With some that even unsubscribed that ended up on my channel, or I don't know what, or for some reason. But I can tell you this. We remember that Pewds was like a good guy of, amnesia, custom stories, and this and that. And then he, out of nowhere, he just turned down to, oh, YOLO, 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 YOLO. And, that disappointed a lot of people. I was like, dude, why do you have to do this? I mean, you were amazing, you were great, and you still are great, but not as good as you used to be. But why did you have to put yourself down like that? Why, man? Why, bro? Why? Logic. There's a lot of things that lack nowadays to do, and this and that, and so it's just very heartbreaking that you were seeing your fellow YouTube doing this or that, and now boom, he started doing this. He changed, let's say. Well, my friend, here's another thing that I can share with you. Change is a bad word. Even though some might agree that, oh, this or that. No. I've seen change, okay? I know this by experience, and change is only a word that if you go by it, it's always going to lead things to the worst. But if you choose to improvise, improve, upgrade, and make things better, you'll see that it'll make everything a lot better. It's just a difference. There's a difference between change and upgrade. Even though they say a lot of people might mistake them easily, but no, it's very different, and you just gotta be sure and be aware of what you're doing, because hell, there's going to be either one or another that's just going to waiting for their chance to bring you down, and when you least expect it, you're already brought down when you least expect it. And I don't think that would be fair. It would be fair for them, but for you, there's not, because they'll be laughing at you because you failed at your very own traps. And those parasites, you're just willing to seek out anyone's an opportunity on anyone, for what? To bring you down. And you're like, and when they do, you'll have no means of defending yourself. No means of defending yourself, indeed. But hey, what can we do, right? And also, you might before you start throwing anything to me, I find this a good chance to say that they see that I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I didn't play it because of anything else. No, I played it actually just for the action itself, for the story. That's the most things I really care in a game, actually, and the story, the basis, the impact, the ideals of it, the basis, the inspirational. That's the inspirational motives behind all that, so that it really gives you a lot of in detail onto that. So yeah, and again, of Call of Duty again. That's way back in my childhood. I remember that I used to collect a lot of action figures of soldiers and you know, like, yeah, Call of Duty really made my childhood like feel a way lot better than that. But Call of Duty is always famous for, you know, the 12-year-old that's, ooh, gets a 12 gets a double headshot with a no scope, oh this, oh that. And they started screaming like a bunch of wild animals and and you know, like, I feel your pain that you just want to travel all the way to where they live and just whack their skin out with a leather belt until they're bleeding and they're crying out loud. I mean, it's always a pain in the arse. But it's not just 12-year-olds, it's just the problem of it. There's a lot of problems. And the same goes to society. Which we can relate to that, right? we're comparing society to a Call of Duty server. But anyways, I won't be able to. I do try my best on the things I can do and what can go well and this and that. But it just worries me a lot at times, so. Sorry, I'm not here. I'm at bed. I'm sleeping because it's 2 a.m. and I'm very sleepy. And meanwhile, and yeah, I just made this video here for the pre-2000 subscribers. Thank you very much for being part of this channel as well, because you're not just an object to be built a ladder of and just that I being climbed up and up and up. No, we're helping each other here, and we're making it count. Because my target audience would actually not be the 12-year-olds, but you know, mostly people that I can say that they have a good sense of what they're doing and this and that. Also, and again, the another thing about my target audience is, how might I say this? Sorry for the yawn again. So, as I was saying, my target audience, like, it's mostly more to the adult parts, because I know that those guys there, they're just like, they seem way more fun to entertain than just 12-year-olds. They're just going to just bring you down the entire time. And hey, because why not, right? And speaking of which, it's kind of rare these days, but you know, I think I remember seeing like a 40-year-old man playing Slenderman, and he was absolutely fucking terrified of that game when he played it, and he was drinking beer from that to calm his nerves. I mean, my eyes could have my eyes there. They just found there a good video, a good guy to subscribe, and subscribed. But who is this guy again? Fact is that it was a long time ago. I think I wasn't even this famous on YouTube back then, so I don't remember anymore. I got two keys about that thing. Is two keys for that: beer and Slenderman. And boom, there you have it. Because my target audience, like, it's not just like entertain. It serves as a point of inspiration for others to, like, they follow the same footsteps as I do. As they get their own games, they play with their own game. Like, not just do business and boring stuff all the entire time. And, well, sorry if I offended, if that offended anyone, but boring in a way that can be could produce some artwork, some videos, and upload it to YouTube because heck, once you do that on YouTube, that's going to be very amazing, and I really recommend you doing it because heck, you're a guy, you're very mature that you can like serve as an inspiration for a lot of people because let's say a lot of people that I've seen on the internet are just one big fucking disappointment. And it really is. It's just I'm sorry, but to tell you this, these people they're so disappointing that it hurts every time that I come to think about it. But anyways, I'll have to see this one for now. And oh yeah, another one thing that I need to tell you. Haha, I got you. You thought that the video was going to end, right? Well, you're a bit lucky because one more topic that's about to be discussed on. And then that topic is, your multiple personalities on YouTube because once you're growing on YouTube, you kind of like have a certain power in your hands. Let's say this very power you have, you like you give you like you need to see it. You need to judge yourself to see if you're actually capable of wielding such power. Because let's go back in history, shall we? Because there was a lot of people that they had power, they had this and that, but their minds weren't just good enough for what they did, and so they fell. Or yeah, let's say like the emperor of the Imperial Japan in World War II, or some Greek or Roman emperor that yeah, Caesar or Caesar who was backstabbed because of this or that. Yeah, history has a lot of examples. And if you're a good student in history, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I just recommend you go seeing more documentaries and books and everything because you're starting to disappoint me for not knowing that. And again, let's say sorry, my mind just fell asleep. Yeah. And again, something just remembered. You remember that how can I say I all went to Fort Frolic, right? And everything else, but I hate to tell you this, but oh my god. Oh no. Oh, can't believe it. Shit. Oh well, but as I was saying, I got the Fort Frolic in place and everything, but the game got glitched up and it deleted the save file. I lost all the footage and everything else. And all because how can I say of my hard drive, because for some reason when I was working on my hard drive on my videos, the space, it was starting to be consumed mysteriously by how can I say some form. I worked with 1 hour plus videos just like perfectly well on my hard drive, and now it just comes telling me to, oh, this is not good enough, or this or that. And for some reason, while it bitched up, I lost a lot of good things that I had programmed for it. But oh well, in a way I screwed up. in one way. So yeah, what can I do in a way? In the meanwhile, how can I say? I had to replay every single thing of Bioshock 1 all the way back to Fort Frolic, but as I was saying, the upgraded weapons, they're not there anymore. Unfortunately, I had to replay it, but that one, the first go was just beginner's luck. The good old beginner's luck, and heck, if I ran into, those upgraded machineries and everything else, I know just what to upgrade now. And hopefully things will go well. If not, then better luck next time, right? But hey, I'm not giving up Bioshock just because of that. Heck, Bioshock's a good game, and it's not just a good game, it's an amazing game. It's a fucking amazing game. And of that, what can I do? Bioshock Infinite, Bioshock 2, they were all good games. They had a good story, a good analysis, depth. Man, it has a lot of good things. It even awakened me from all this manipulation of parasites and everything else. Even though I think that's a bit related to why, how can I say, 2K Games was shut down and all the Bioshock series as well. Them fucking parasites, right? But anyways, yeah. I just wish there could be a Bioshock 3, maybe. But hey, we never know what, right? Because this world that we now live in has been totally dominated by a parasitic influence that, in my channel here, at least I offer you some safety away from it all. And, yeah, and we slowly, settle an influence against it also. So we can, gather ourselves up, but get everything we can in place and settle some ideas and everything else, so everything goes well. And of that, I just have to tell you this, that whatever they say or do on the internet, just don't fall in it before judging it, okay? Heck, sometimes even though you might think you belong to something, but you just reject it on the other side, so that's a bummer. In a way, because I actually saw someone actually happen to that one, and it just gave me another reason to hate this type of people even more than, the type of idiots we know of nowadays, the douchebags, or the Italian would say, the coglione. What can we do about these guys, right? Well, they just got their good influence on. They got their mind set it with they're just welded to a parasite's influence, and boom, it's there. And your people, why haven't people stopped it yet? You wonder why. It's because I tell you this. Well then, even though a lot of things are important in this world, but there's something that's even more important to these type of people who are profiting money for all this. They only care for money. They only care for money. And what do they care about your other needs for the better world and everything else? Nothing. They don't care for nothing. They only care for just themselves, their self-ego, and their own money. That's what they always care about, and they always will carry. And there's no changing on that. Because it's addiction that they have for power, lust, money, wealth, self-esteem, finance, self-esteem. And with that, we only got nothing more but everything to lose on that. But hey, since you know about, the Parasite's way of playing and anything else, at least I can tell you this. You can't be able to fall into their game that easily. That I can tell you that for sure. If you follow what I'm saying correctly against the Parasites and everything else, you, my friend, might be in a lot safer hands than the Parasites could ever treat you and rip out the living green out of you, which would mean the money out of you and leave you poor, stranded, with nothing, just laughing at you as you sit around a dark corner in the streets while it snows and you're just raising your hands at people, just asking for a change and everything else. But don't doubt it, because people there, they really have that. They really have that type of They really have that type of mentality to bring you down in the worst ways possible. And speaking of which, I have to get going now, because it's here for the pre-2000 subscriber and everything else. And speaking of which, I hope to see you soon on the next video, because whenever I'll be working on either more funny montages and then gaming episodes, all in its time, my friend. Everything in its time, and so be it. However, have yourself a good night, because I need to go head to bed now and have a good relaxing, because tomorrow morning it's Bioshock time, and I'll see you on the next video of whatever I make, and bonne nuit.